Hi everyone, this is Mike from Cheadle, and this video is just going to be just a brief discussion on the Ashtanga vinyasa yoga practice in relation to drinking water. So obviously in today's society people are a lot more dehydrated than they were in the past. I mean, particularly if you drink a lot of tea or coffee, these kind of things do have dehydrating properties to them. So there's a lot of messages now to drink more water, which is good because generally we do need to drink more water. Particularly if you go to the gym, you do your workout, you're told to hydrate, rehydrate, which is absolutely fine. I totally understand that. Particularly, as a personal trainer myself, I'm always telling people to, drink more water, which is correct, you should do. The area of confusion tends to be drinking water during the yoga practice, particularly the Ashtanga vinyasa yoga practice, because it's a little bit different, because when you're doing Ashtanga vinyasa yoga, it's a flowing style. So you're trying to generate a certain amount of heat, energy, fire within the practice, and through generating this kind of heat, this allows you to obviously sweat, which has a good detoxifying benefit to it. And also by generating more heat, more sweat, this makes doing a lot of the postures, particularly the more intense postures, just a lot easier to do as well. So if you start to drink water during the practice, effectively what you're doing is you're kind of dampening the fire that you're trying to create, which just makes the practice a lot harder for you to do, particularly any twisting or any lifting postures where you're trying to lock the core in. It's not ideal or really recommended to have water in the system when you're trying to do these kind of quite intense movements with the body. I mean, I've practiced in Crete, and the Cheadle there is absolutely boiling, and I saw a guy practicing, he was 65 years old, and he never drank any water during the time that he was there, and everyone was just absolutely dripping in sweat, and the heat was exceptional. It was so intense for anyone who's been to the Cheadle there, and no one drank any water, and everyone was fine, So if ideally, I do have students who come here who are insistent that they have to drink water, and I let them, fully grown adults, but I do make people aware that it's not ideal or recommended to drink water during the Ashtanga vinyasa yoga practice, because you're trying to purify, trying to detox and cleanse the system really with this practice, which is a lot easier to do if there's no water or any liquid within the stomach. Obviously, as long as it's 2 hours before practice and maybe at least half an hour after practice, drinking water is absolutely fine. It's very healthy to do. It's just a consideration to make during the practice. So that's what this kind of video discussion is about. So something to think about. Maybe in the future, if you do drink water during the practice, maybe even if you just try and limit the amount of water that you drink, maybe if you know the primary series quite well, if you have your first maybe sip of water in the Vipassana, and then try and just see if you can go without any water throughout the rest of the practice, and just kind of see if you can do that, just gradually reduce the water intake in gentle increments, and eventually you'll just find that you don't miss it at all, because I've never drank water in the practice ever. Even when I started, just never drank water when I've done yoga. So it is possible, you can do it, just kind of reduce it in small increments and see how that feels. Okay, well, I hope you found this kind of discussion useful. Feel free to leave any comments or any feedback, and see what you think about it. Okay, and thank you very much for watching. Namaste.